Thank you for joining me today. This tutorial is a continuation Python for data science. Today I'm going to continue programming with Python. Uh, in my second video, I have done parts of the programming with Python. Today I'm just going to go on to functions and looping for Python. Uh, Let me make this clear. Python is very wide and there are many other areas of Python that is very important, but I've just selected some basic ones. I believe that for the other parts you can catch up as you go, and after the tutorials I'll still be making Python videos. I will be making specific short videos, so I hope you subscribe and you follow this channel and you get updated each time I post a new video. In these tutorials I'll be talking about Python for loops. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence that is either a list, a tuple, or a dictionary, a set, or a string. With a for loop you can execute a set of statements, each one for each item in a list tuple. Let's look at this example. In this example, you have a list of fruit. You have a list of fruit, apple, banana, cherries. So for you to use the for loop, you can say for x in fruits, print x, and if you print that, it can go on like this. You can as well do something like this. You can say for fruits and fruits, print fruits, and you still get the same thing. So it just shows how interactive Python programming can be. So the for loop does not require an indexing variable to set beforehand. You just do it like this, and there are so many other examples. You can loop through a string. Like let me show you how you can loop through a string. In for loop, even strings are iteratable objects because they contain sequence of characters. So let's loop through the string banana. So let's look at this example for x in banana. Print x. So if you see that you are printing each of the word in banana. So and you can do something like for letter in banana print letter. So it's just the same thing. I just like to make the code more interactive. When you talk about the for loop, there is also the break statement. With the break statements, we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. That is very useful. Maybe you just want to loop through some parts and not all. With the break statement, you stop the code from running. So you can stop Python from running through all the list with the break statement. Let's look at this example. In the break statement, we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. Let's look at this example. In this example, you have a list of fruits. You have the list of fruit, apple, banana, cherry. So to loop through this, you can say for item in fruits, print item. If item equals to banana break. So what you are saying in this code is you only want to print apple and banana, but not cherry. So because Python is going to start from the first to the last. So from apple to banana to cherry. So let's see this program. So as you can see, Python printed out apple and banana, and because if item equals to banana break, that means cherry is not printed. So that is how the break statement works. The continue statement is slightly different from the break statements. In the continue statement, you stop the current iteration of the loop and you move to the next. So let's look at this example. In this, we are still going to be using this list of fruits. So in this list of fruits, we have apple, banana, cherry. So for x in fruits, if x equals to banana, you want Python to continue. That means Python should not print banana, but Python should move to the next. So let's see what comes out of this. So if you run this program, then you see Python has printed apple and cherry. Python has skipped through banana because you have selected that Python should continue and Python should not print it. So that's how the continue statements works. We also have the range function. With the range function, you can loop through a set of code a specified number of time. So all you just do is you use the range function to specify that. Although I think we did something like this in the last video, but we are going to go through it again. So let's look at this example. For x in range of 6, print x. So if you print this, as you can see, it's printed from 0 to 5. So it's because we already sent the range to be 6. If you change this to 10, then it means Python will print from 0 to 9. If you look at the range function, you can see that the default is 0 as starting value. However, it doesn't have to be 0. You can specify where you want Python to start. But one thing that you need to understand is that Python will stop a number before the number you specify. So let's adjust this and see what comes out of this. Let's assume we just wanted to for x in the range of 5 and 10. So if we run this code now, you can see that Python only prints 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's because you specify that you only want between 5 and 10. You can as well do something like this for x in the range 2, 30, and 3. If you look at this, you are telling Python to start from 2 to print in the range of 2 and 30, but it should leave a gap of 3 in between. So that is why it is an increment of 2. So 2, 5, 8, 11. So and you can change this to 5. You can bring in the else statement into the for loop. Let's look at this example. For x in the range of 6, print x. So else print finally finished. You know, as I told you in the last video, when it comes to Python, it's like do this, if not do something else. So that is how the else if else statement work. So Python is going to first check and print x in the range of 6 in this program, and if that is not possible, then Python is going to go to the else statement and print finally finished. If we run this, as you can see, 0, 1, 2, 3, and finally finished. We can adapt this. For example, let's say for x in the range 2 to 6, print s. So you see there is a change. So you can, I will encourage you to play around with all this code just to test so that you can understand it. Please, as you are watching through this video, I advise that you open this notebook alongside it. A loop inside a loop is called the nested loop. In Python, the inner loop will be executed one time for each iteration of the outer loop. Let's look at this example. We have a list, red, big, tasty, adjectives of fruit, and we have a second list of fruit, apple, banana, and cherry. If you look at it, you can say for x in adjective, for y in fruit, print xy. That means for each of the items in adjective and for each of the item in fruit. So let's see how this goes. As you can see, for the first item in adjective, Python run through all the items in fruit and then to the next and to the next. That is how it works for nested loop. We also have nested dictionary. At some point we'll be looking through dictionary. In the loop, we also have the pass statements. If you look at the example below for x in 0, 1, 2 pass, when you do the pass statements, you are telling Python to do nothing. So because the for loop cannot be empty, but if you have some reason for a for loop with no context, you can pass the pass statements to avoid getting an error. I don't know why anyone would like to do this, but I just want you to know that it is possible or if you're in a situation where you need to create a for loop without actually doing something, or maybe you are yet to decide what you want to do with the for loop, you can just put a pass, or you can put a pass so that you don't get an error. This is how far we are going to go on the loop. In the next video, we'll be talking about functions, and after that, we move to the next phase, that is data manipulation. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.